Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode, pre-recorded, not live, of Wins and Losses. But you know what? We've been out of pocket for a couple weeks. I think we'll take what we can get at this point. You can see we are not virtual. We're actually live in person here at IT Nation Connect over at the Rosen Shingle Creek.
Yes, I think so.
I get that wrong every time. And I'm Ray Orsini, and joining me as always is Mr. Jason Slagle. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm not Will. Last night the shenanigans started as was expected.
I thought he was somebody else because he's lost enough weight that I mistook him for someone else. So that's actually a good sign.
That's an awesome compliment.
Yeah, we have another guest with him. This is Adam Duman. He is from the We Hack Health fitness group with us. So he's hanging out here. So we figured we'd bring him in. He's not a coach.
Yeah,
right?
hashtag not a coach. Yeah, I got volunteered. What did I sign up for?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what this podcast is about. Okay.
So when we do the live events, I did the one at Pittsburgh, but I didn't get any time with you because I was only there for the one day. But he does the powerlifting stuff. So teaches us all to lift heavy things.
You're a little further along in your journey than we are.
I've been doing it a little longer.
But I love that. Yeah, and so it's different now. You're in front of the camera instead of in the chat, so that's cool.
You're right. Yeah, I'm not just shit posting. I can shit talk.
Yeah, you're shit talking instead of shit posting. So you know the deal. I think we should get into it. Adam, you're the guest here, so you want to do nom-noms, mindset, struggles and challenges?
I guess I can, not a coach question. Which one do you want to hear from me on?
I would like mindset.
Mindset, for sure.
That was fast, okay. Yeah. All right,
it'd be cool if we came up with different things. We would like banana waffles.
That's nom-noms, I'm guessing.
No, so you've been doing it for a bit, and I see your posts in the group, right? And it's much like many of us, a little bit of ups and downs. Yeah. So, how do you stay in the mindset of getting back to it when you're in one of the down situations? That's the hardest part, because once you make a habit of it and you're doing it, it goes, and then you fall off of that habit. You basically have to start building the habit again. So what do you use? How do you convince yourself that, okay, this is actually worth it, I should go do it?
For me, it's always been, early on, I'm curious about this, right? This is a cool thing. I like lifting. I like, learning how to cook tasty meals and all that kind of stuff. Over time, it became a crippling mental illness all its own. It is now a compulsion. So that makes it a little easier to get back on the wagon because I start to get twitchy if I haven't been to the gym. Yeah. But more pragmatically on it, it really is one of those things where we talk about it in chat a little bit, but it is a question of where do I want to be in the future? It's not where do I want to be today. It's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, right? What does that look like for me? And is what I'm doing today moving me in that direction?
How did you start? So for me, obviously the start of this is because of the weight loss, right? The health side of that part. Were you always a gym rat, or were you looking to lose weight in the beginning? What started this for you?
Definitely not a gym rat. Bigger kid in high school, band nerd, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of didn't really come naturally, but it's also a tale as old as time. Girlfriend in college broke up with me, suddenly lots of free time, kind of angry at the world. What's a productive thing I can do?
Throw heavy things.
I can lift heavy thing. I can lift heavy stone and make sad head voice quiet. Yeah.
Nice. So you're basically Schmidt from New Girl.
Yeah.
That's the story.
I'm gonna trust that reference because I'm not familiar with the character.
He was a bigger gentleman in high school or college, super nice guy. Girlfriend broke up with his girlfriend and went full
Sure, we'll go. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Himself,
good. Yeah. Okay.
So, that's cool. So there's lots of paths down the weight loss journey and down the doing that. And I'm kind of stuffing the question a little bit because I've seen the before pictures, so I know the transformation you've showed me. But when you're doing this stuff, there's for me, sorry Ben, I have not been keeping up with the working out. I am moving a crap ton more. But I have been keeping up with the nutrition side of it. That's far easier for me. I've built that into now I'm at the same point as you, is if I don't meal prep, I feel antsy.
Yeah, yeah,
If I don't have like, I'm sitting there, I'm hunting. I feel like a crack addict. I'm hunting like shops for protein
Yes.
shakes.
Yeah.
Just to make,
no.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the
coffee
hardest.
shop has, the marketplace does not. Just so you know.
Good to know. Okay,
Yes.
I need some. I don't have any.
Power, the 26 gram core power.
I'll
Yeah.
take it. I've got some Quest bars in my bag.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And so like, but that's my thing. And obviously you're like, you have a passion for the gym. Jason is very much, I see you excited about the gym.
Yeah.
So like,
which is weird.
yeah. Well, like that. So that's my point. Like, obviously there's multiple ways to get there, right? Why did the gym appeal to you more?
I think for me it was because I needed an outlet at the time, and even now, right? I ups, downs, all that kind of stuff. The gym is still, and this is an old cliche, but 45 pounds is 45 pounds.
Yeah.
As long as the plates are calibrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
45 pounds.
47
Yeah, yeah. Between.
Somewhere between 40 and 50
Yeah,
pounds.
yeah.
It's-
I think technically, as long as it's between 44.6 and
Yeah.
46.2, or I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's
That's like when it's under 5 calories, it's 0 calories.
yeah. 300
Close
calories,
enough.
all protein, whatever.
Yes.
But no, I think that I needed an outlet, and then it's a personality thing for me as well. I'm lucky that I have kind of a personality where it's an old Sherrod DeGrippo joke, but I've monetized an anxiety disorder professionally, working in cybersecurity. I make money being nervous about other people's stuff too now. And the same kind of thing applied. Like I've found a way to use that twitchy kind of anxiety fuel for, am I pushing myself hard enough? Am I eating right? Am I doing the right things? And then when I'm not, I don't need to worry about it too much, simply because the anxiety is like, hey, you know what you're not doing right now.
Yeah.
And I kind of, so, positive, negative coping mechanism.
I like that.
Good, bad, good, yeah.
The other thing about the gym is that if you're doing it right and you're lifting heavy enough, there's not really room for a lot else thought-wise and stuff, right? It's like, there is a fair amount of mental game to it too.
Yeah.
Right, so some of it for me is that like, you go to the gym, I'm lifting heavy things, and it's just a break and a relaxation from all of the other bullshit that life is bringing at us. This is my time to just do this, not think about anything else, because if I think about something else, I may potentially hurt myself.
Yeah.
Well, and like so many of us have ADHD, right? And it's like getting my mind to a quiet place is a very hard thing to do. And I agree with you. Like I find a lot of, like that's one of the reasons I'll do like Call of Duty, or I'll do different things like that require my attention. I cannot multitask on purpose, right? Like when I'm DJing, I cannot multitask. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I have found that was an instant like love for me the minute I hit the gym. Of the minute I'm lifting heavy things, cardio doesn't do it for me. But the minute I'm lifting heavy things, I'm focused so much on, am I doing the right movements? Am I like, it's just my brain singularly focuses, and I love it.
Yeah, it's a place to rest your mind for a little while, or at least for me, it's a place where I can put everything else down, and it'll be there when I leave the gym. But for an hour or two, I can this is all I need to worry about.
Yeah, I'm still at the point in the journey where I'm still letting myself come up with too many excuses not to do the gym part.
Yeah.
When I'm in the gym, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's my happy place, which is stupid because like I know it's something I enjoy. I should do it.
Yeah.
It's just the whole, I need 5 more minutes to do this.
Yeah.
I need to be there. And I'm still struggling with that. I'm not there yet.
One of the mindset things that I struggle with a lot is I have to go to the gym 6-ish days a week, whatever, right? Like I have to go in, but not all of the sessions are quality, right? Like having the habit of going in is important.
100%.
But the second part is actually executing on it.
That was our
and,
Monday.
And I have a lot of trouble, especially right now with some other stuff going on, where I'll go in and I'll smash out 3 or 4 good movements.
Yeah.
But the second half of the workout, I'm not feeling it, I'll leave. And
Do you feel better for having done it anyway, even though it wasn't perfect?
personally, depends on the day and what my vibe is
Sometimes
that
you
day.
beat yourself up a little
sometimes
bit.
I'm very mad about it. Other
Yeah,
times
you're
I'm
like,
like, nah.
I spent the time doing it. I can't believe I didn't take advantage of the. I get that. We've
I'll
all
usually
been
try
there.
to find a movement or two, right?
Yeah.
Like it's too much to try to progress. You know, Ben says that we're always progressing on them, and I am, but you can't progress on every movement every week, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I usually have a focus movement where it's like, okay, I'm going to progress on this for the next couple of weeks, and that's the one I focus on. And as long as I get that one good, if some of the other ones I'm not progressing on, or maybe even go backwards a little bit because I killed myself in an earlier one and it uses the same muscles, I'm okay with that.
Well, and the life cycle of the gym rat is you've got novice, beginner, intermediate, advanced, right? And novice, beginner, in that first couple of years, you can that works super well too, right? You can hey, for a few weeks, this is what I want to focus on. I'm going to see like over time improvement no matter what. Once you get more towards it intermediate, and I'm hard stuck intermediate because I don't care enough to go advanced, but you have to zoom out even more, and like I'm going to spend 3 months just on my legs or just on my quads, or and you have to come up with some really weird programming, because it's not as simple as add weight, add reps anymore. So over time, that even gets more complicated. It's definitely one of those things where riding that wave while you got it, like, hey, I'm having fun building my arms, let me just send it on arms, that is the best place to be.
Nice.
Is to just Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, you don't get to lifting like 505 or like you don't go from like 415 to 505, right? Like it just doesn't.
It takes that is a grind. There are a couple grinds that I've had, and like the first one was bench press, and it wasn't even getting to 315. It was that blasted hellscape between 185 and 225. I spent 6 months just like suffering to get that 225. Same thing for 405 squat. It was a horrible period in there for, like there's a lot of places where you kind of have to change how you think about it. And it's less, I'm not improving fast enough, and more, it's not about improving today. It's about building a foundation to be ready in 6 months or 3 months. Like,
and it's funny because like that's on the business side. Business is very much exactly like that. Where like, for those of you who don't know, I'm a serial entrepreneur, I've had tons of businesses, but like the 0 to 500K annual is like one mindset, and then from 500K to a million is a whole different thing. 1 to 2.5, like, and you're adjusting, and it's the things that made you successful before suddenly don't count for shit.
They don't work.
You gotta pivot.
No, we're right there. We're bumping into that like $5 million plateau.
And then 5 to 10 is like you have that plateau for a minute, and then you break it, and then it's a race to 10, and then at 10 you're like, you have that same plateau again. And it's so weird because like, it's just natural. It's not anything you're doing on purpose. It's just your business has the same evolution that like your body does.
What worked before might not work today, and recognizing that and then making the choice. Do I care? Right? Like there's also that element in my mind as well where can I be pushing for a 650 pound deadlift? Probably. Am I going to enjoy the process? Absolutely not. So I'm not going to bother, right? Like,
and you don't want to ruin it for yourself either.
What do you deadlift?
Currently, walk in and rip it out 470-ish. My all-time max is Dave is bigger than I am, right? Like,
Dave is giant. I just saw him at Wild West Hacking Fest.
My all-time max is only 505, 510.
What's he
only
pushing up these days? Like, is he 560?
I think he can rep 560. I don't remember. But that's the thing, right? Like the plateaus are, in my mind, a chance to reset. Right? They're not. You don't have. Growth for growth's sake isn't necessarily the answer. So I'm happy where I'm at. I don't really care if I get. And it's also diminishing returns too. The amount of effort that I would have to put in, kind of, I think, drops off.
What about you, Jason? Where's your mindset at?
I mean, I think I finally gotten to the point. I actually told Ben in my last week check-in, or 2 weeks ago check-in, that I think I finally getting to the point where I'm looking forward to going to the gym. I miss it when I don't go, and I'm making. I actually am very excited. He's programmed me the compound movements now. So I have deadlifts, RDLs, and rack pulls on 3 different days, and I was afraid of them, as one is, and then once you actually start doing it, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna throw my back out. It's just a matter of getting the form right. I'm excited to go up. I'm probably on rack pulls for sure. I'm going to do 2 plates next time. So, and it's you said in chat the other day, you're like, just throw 10 pounds on either side. You're early enough in this, it'll work or it won't. Right? I keep doing that. Heather's over there kind of watching from the sidelines. I keep doing that to her. How much weight is this? I'll tell you when you're done.
Don't worry about it. It works. I've mentioned to you before, right? I've done that to Tom and Jen and several other people at the live events. Load it up, and they're trying to look at the plate. No, just do it. Don't worry about it. I got you. Just go do it. And they do it.
It's funny how you don't realize we limit ourselves.
Oh, 100% you do.
And that's one of the things one of the reasons I like doing the squat, bench, deadlift stuff at the live events is, A, they can be scary. So learning that they're not scary, they're fun, is part of it. And then B, is there a really good way, every time I do those meetups, people come away from that session, I'm so much stronger than I thought I was.
Yep.
And again, it resets where that plateau might be and where they actually
that.
are. Yeah.
I haven't done squat with a barbell yet. I did a couple just to try it. So I gotta. That's probably my next part of that journey. It's balancing the bar on your back like that. It's kind of interesting.
The shoulder mobility plays into
Yeah.
it. Core there's all kinds of stuff that factors into it. I'm happy to, hit me up on chat, man.
Or in Phoenix for sure.
Or in Phoenix, yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. You'll be stuck with me.
Nice. On my end, I'm actually super positive. Coming off a really great series of trips. We had our company retreat, did some personal family stuff, did some speaking engagements before that. Really enjoying myself. Even though I'm not working out as much as I wanted to, the mobility difference is huge.
Yeah.
I have my Red 5, I have my scooter, but I've been using it since 2020. And now I'm just using it instead of going everywhere. It's like I'll park it in a corner somewhere, and then I'm good. Well, we went to get the pizza last night. That's something I would have taken Red 5 to do previously. And stuff like that. Like we did our Top Golf event the night before last, and you've seen me. I don't normally stand that long.
Yeah.
I usually find somewhere to sit. We were at Top Golf for 3 hours. I was standing the entire 3 hours. That is not a normal thing for me.
Well, and you mentioned before that one of your big things has been the nutritional element, building those habits. Yeah. And it's an open secret that nutrition is 80% of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Like the gym training.
Once I learned the neat stuff,
Yeah.
where it was like, and I've known my BMR forever. Like my BMR, well, now I don't know what it is, but like before I started the weight loss, my BMR was at 3,300.
Yeah.
Like I'd do 3,300 calories, wouldn't move the needle. Like that was my day.
Yeah.
And that was like at 1,200 steps a day. It was some minimal, ridiculous looking at it now. And even that, like I'm looking at this stuff, and my step goal right now with Ben is still 2K, but I'm doing 5-6K a day, just not on purpose. Just that's the way it's working.
Yeah, well, nutrition enables training, right?
Yes.
A lot of people think about it the other way. They think I lift more so I can. It's the other way around.
We're
Nutrition
taught that.
enables training.
I will argue the public is taught that.
Oh
way.
yeah. I mean,
It wasn't until like Ben opened my eyes on that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, just like the weekly calorie banking, like that was such a mind shift for me. Where it's like, we're gonna have pizza tonight, but also I know what I've been doing the rest of the week. I'm good. It'll be a bump tomorrow on the scale, but in the week long, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And that mindset change has been such a huge thing.
Yeah, it's extremely freeing, and I think for me, it's actually one of those things where I don't even worry about the calorie banking.
Yeah.
I trust that I'm doing the right things often enough.
Yeah.
But I don't need to think about banking specifically.
Like I don't get on myself anymore if I haven't tracked that day.
Yeah.
Because I know like
day.
at the end of the week, I'm still like I get on the scale, I know I'm still going the right direction because from the right habits.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
See, you and Marquette or KQM or Kevin,
Yeah.
you guys are just monsters on it though.
I don't. So there are days that I don't track at dinner, but I'm coming up. I think I'm on a year streak now on MyFitnessPal.
How's that workout streak in between podcast recordings coming?
I've kept it. Yeah,
You love to see it. You love to see it.
If I do my workout today, so this is week 52 for me, probably for you too, because you're part of the original group.
Yep.
So I'm 5 weeks now hitting all three of my workouts, my cardio and my steps. Actually been exceeding steps, and my big thing is this is week 52. I've missed one check-in.
Wow.
Out of the 52 weeks, I've missed one check-in.
Wow, dude.
So I'm actually very, very happy with that.
So that leads us into workouts.
Yep.
What are you doing while you're here at IT Nation? What's the plan?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the gym yet. So
It's not like you haven't been at this hotel many times.
but I didn't
This might
stay
be the
here
first time the
before.
gidn't is part of the consideration, though, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't stay here before.
Absolutely.
I was at we were at a different hotel that had we were at the Gaylord, so I did a workout. I think at the Gaylord last time we were at IT Nation Connects because it was week 0 for us.
Yeah.
For the original Hex group. So I don't know. I don't know what's in the gym. The workout I have today is my home workout, right? So it's got stuff I can probably do in the gym no matter what. The only thing that I might not be able to do, I have barbell rows and I have deadlift, right? So you can do dumbbell deadlift.
Yeah, dumbbell deadlift is fine.
And I can do dumbbell rows, right? Like
for the rows, if I can give some advice, if they have an adjustable bench, get it at a comfortable 45-ish degree angle, rest your chest on the top of the bench, and that gives you a really good strict row form, and also kind of saves your lower back from the deadlifts.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to, so I mean, I'm sure they have a bench.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty reasonable. They have a good number of machines, so
You can make it
I may
work.
sub it out, right? Like at this point, I'm comfortable enough with, okay, I know what muscles this works,
Yep.
so like I can find another exercise that works those muscles, and I'm okay with it.
It's funny how like the mindset changes on going to the hotels. So like we talked about ChannelCon was the first time where I was like, I was checking out the gym
Yep.
before I was
Yeah.
checking out anything.
Yep.
Normally I'm checking, do they have valet? Do they have outside dry cleaning? Do
Yeah.
they have whatever? Like, and now for the first time, I'm like, what's the gym like?
What's the gym situation look like? Yeah.
Yes. And I never in a million years, like I've always been a guy that's done sports and stuff my entire life, but I've never been that guy that like seeks out the gym. Like that's not. What about you? Did you check out the gym here? What do you do? Because your regimen is a little more rigorous than ours.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say more restricted. I'm no more restricted or less restricted. Machines are machines, free weights
Yeah.
are free weights. I have some of my brain worms are for just barbell movements.
Okay.
And that makes things a little harder. And then this trip specifically, I'm going directly from Orlando to Germany. So
wow.
I refuse to check a bag internationally because I love myself. And there's no way I'm fitting workout clothes and
Yeah.
like multi-season clothes because it's pretty cold in Germany right now. No way that's happening. So I'm just not working out for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to have a rough time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's that for you?
I'm going to try to get. I'm going to
mentally?
try to get my steps in, and I'm going to be ready to be very sore when I get back to Phoenix.
Okay.
But it is what it is.
That's a thing. Like I miss the sore when I don't have it. Right, like I'm sore right now. Like
Yeah.
I just live in this perpetual state of muscle fatigue.
Yep.
And it's good. In one of the early podcasts, I think Dave made a joke about, "Oh man, I'd hate to get in a fight with you." What the reality is that usually you're so sore.
Yeah.
we couldn't fight. We
Well,
tried.
and it's one of those things too where over time, it's hard to tell if we get used to the soreness
Yeah.
or if it goes away.
Yeah.
I know that I don't really get sore anymore unless I absolutely smash myself.
Yeah.
My standard workout intensity isn't enough to be sore anymore. So over time, your muscles will adapt to a place where you legitimately like have to really send it, like live event level send it to get sore.
Well, and to a degree, like my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is like some of the nutrition, especially the protein play, affects how your
Yeah,
body
it does.
recovers. So like that was one of the things I didn't expect. Where like I was reading some of the stuff, it was like, well, if you bump up your protein, you have enough protein in that day that you worked out, you're not going to be as sore as you
Yeah,
would have been
there's some amount of
Still be
that.
sore, but
yeah,
not as sore.
Go ahead.
The sore for me is right now it's all back muscles, right? So it's like my spinal erectors,
Yep.
and it's from the big, complex, heavy
Yep.
things I'm doing now that are new to me, right? So, and I've just gotten used to it. The hot tub is great for it. Like it'll hit those knots pretty well. But
Well,
yeah,
there's a lot of really cool elements too, especially with posterior chain work, leg work, and posterior chain work. One of the reasons I love them so much, especially for people who are newer in the process, is you see really, really big improvements in just quality of life really, really quickly.
Yeah.
Like I have friends who I take to the gym for a few months and kind of get them going, and they're like, it's easier to get out of bed in the morning. Literally,
Yeah.
like getting up from my office chair is easier now.
Yeah.
And little stuff like that is such a huge. Or going to Costco, I can grab a bag of rice off the bottom so much easier.
yeah.
The quality of life improvements you see from leg and posterior chain work are phenomenal. So stay sore.
It's yeah. Although at Topgolf last night, bending down to put the golf ball on the tee.
Oh, hamstrings. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was hamstrings. That's 100% it.
Oh, those are tighter than
Hamstring
usual.
curls are not my friend.
So I know we all got to get off. I have to do the Canine for Warriors
Yep.
dog treat making. Are you going to go do that too?
I might for a little bit. We'll
yeah,
see.
we're going to do it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I gotta find the rest of the Vanta team and figure out what they're doing because we have a booth and I don't know if it's been set up yet. So.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have
yeah.
other people setting up.
Yeah,
our
oh,
booth.
yeah.
Anything? Any other thoughts you want to
No.
leave us with before?
I'm good.
Huh?
How about you?
Full force forward, friends.
I love it. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We will be back live next week. I think our schedules are good for next week.
Yeah.
Get back on track. But thanks for watching this. Hopefully you learned a little bit. Hopefully you had some fun with us. And give us your feedback and hit us up on the MMN Discord. And until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves and each other.
See ya.
Bye.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.